Hi, today I'm going to show you how to send your leads from WhatConverts into Google Sheets using Zapier. I'm going to start by you'll start by looking at your WhatConverts dashboard and making sure that all of the fields that you want to send into your Google Sheet are properly mapped. This is going to be for any lead type that you have and any of the information you want sent into Google Sheets. Here, I'm sending the lead ID, source, medium, type, which I'm going to be considering the lead type, the contact name, email address, and phone number. So what I'm going to do now is to make sure, I'm going to open these up, make sure they're mapped right. Then I'm going to go into Zapier, and we're going to say when a lead comes into WhatConverts to send that lead into Google Sheets. So we're going to start with WhatConverts as the trigger step. And as the trigger event is going to be a new lead. You'll want to select your WhatConverts account if you've already set it up in Zapier. If you haven't, you'll want to click on the Connect an Account button. You'll get a pop-up that asks you for your API key and token, which you can find under Profile, Integrations, API keys. If you are on a Plus plan, if you're on an agency plan, you can use the agency API key, which is under the Agency menu, Integrations, API key. On the Customize Lead page, you want to make sure that you have Yes selected for all of the lead types that you want being sent into your Google Sheet. You'll notice that phone calls has 3 different triggers. Phone calls modified, which is if your phone call lead has been modified while you are on the phone. That means any notes are taken. If you have a call menu set up in our call flow, if they make a selection, that's a modified phone call, and that's when the event will trigger. Phone call in progress. This is a event that triggers as soon as a phone call happens and you are still on the phone. Phone call in progress is good to use if you want to send your phone call leads to your Google Sheet and make notes as you're on the phone. And then there's phone calls completed. Phone calls completed is the one I'm going to use today. Phone calls completed you can send additional call information such as duration or even the play recording URL if you'd like to send that information into your Google Sheet. The important thing to know here is only have one of the phone call triggers selected to yes. If you have all 3 selected to yes, you could end up with duplicate or triple leads from the same phone call. You just want to have one. Once you're happy with all of those, make sure you select your profile. And now to make sure I'm pulling the right lead that I want to set this Zap up with, I'm going to go back to my site and I'm going to submit a test form. So now I'm going to make sure that went. There's my test right there. I'm going to hit test and review. To select the lead, well, to view the lead information, you'll click this down arrow. To select it, you'll click the radio button next to it and then hit done editing. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to send this into Google Sheets. So we're going to click on do this, select Google Sheets, and we're going to create a spreadsheet row for each new lead. You'll select the worksheet from the drop-down menu. This one's called Leads from WhatConverts. You'll also select the page. By default, Google Sheets goes with Sheet 1 as the first worksheet. So now we're going to match up each of these column headers that should already be populated in your spreadsheet. These are ones that you create. So these will populate here. We want to match those up what came in from our lead sample in the first step of this. You'll select the insert a field. Just continue. You can scroll through your lead ID or your lead sample to grab the correct fields. I also like using the little search function right here to quickly find what I'm looking for. Now, because we have our fields mapped correctly, you'll be able to do the next steps in this way. You'll go insert a lead and you're looking for mapped fields. We're going to go first name. If you have a first name, last name field, like a lot of forms do, you'll have to put the mapped field like this, and then you'll hit your space bar, and then you can do last. Make sure you select mapped fields. Now, if you notice here, the phone number selection that I made said no data. It's because my form doesn't collect a phone number. So none of that's going to come through on this one, but if you have the field mapped correctly for all of your leads, then it'll come through for the rest of those lead types if you're collecting phone numbers. We're going to say test and continue. Zap's ready. We're going to give it a name. And we're going to turn that on. Now you can go to your sheet and see that that's the lead I just sent. Now I'm going to call one of my tracking numbers. I've now hung up the call. And I did call from a Google Hangout, so a name won't come through because it is an anonymous phone number. And as you see here, it came through. There's a new lead phone call. Again, it doesn't have a name because it is an anonymized phone number, which is this. And it doesn't have an email address because it's a phone call. So that's all you have to do to send your leads into a Google Sheet. Let us know if you have any questions. We're here to help. You can write us at support@whatconverts.com, or you can visit whatconverts.com and start a chat with one of our great support team members. Thanks and have a wonderful day.